Hello everyone and welcome to my April reset routine.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, it doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone. If I could take you back to my youth and show you what I wish I knew, my will is strong with a place to lean. In the moment I hung desperately, the other ring on my wrist is gold, pairing with the light it holds. When I return from my skin and bones, I'm remembering the words you told me. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone. Feeling is all gone. Feeling is all gone.
Right, lay down, sit down, sit, because we are going to get into the journaling and planning portion of my video. So I need you to be quiet. Okay, I've got my bullet journal here, I've got my planner, I've got my YouTube journal, and I'm just going to start planning out April. Also got my habits. Firstly, I will talk about my savings. I've saved $200 this month. Now granted, March is not over. In fact, I'm having to film this significantly early because I've got my wedding coming up and then we're going away on the cruise. So I need to kind of have everything organized for April, before April starts. So granted, there is still time to save money, but with having to just, you know, finalize things for the wedding, maybe any other things sort of leading up to the cruise, dinners, etc. over the next week or so, I don't think we're going to save anymore. So let's just call March a write-off month when it comes to saving. I did have a lot on that I needed to spend for, and we can kind of just start again fresh in April, which is what I'm sort of aiming for. Same deal like with my habits. I was not good with keeping my habits. I was also not good with tracking my habits in March. However, one thing that I'm pretty proud of habit-wise is my reading. I was pretty much reading every single day, and we are going to talk about books in the next section of this video. I read a few more than I had originally scheduled and anticipated for March, and so there are good things coming, so stay tuned for that. I have also been pretty good in terms of exercise, generally exercising about 4 times a week, so I'm quite happy with that. And I've also been quite good on my creative tasks. So more days than not throughout the week, I've been doing some sort of creative job, whether it's been filming or editing or taking a whole heap of photos or doing info tag thumbnails for my videos, whatever it may be. I've been pretty good with keeping up to date with that, even though I've been behind on my videos. So actually, I'm gonna start off by planning out my April videos, and then we'll get to some of the other things.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive, and the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line.
It is time for my favorite segment. We are going to talk about the books that I read this month and what I have planned for April. So first of all, I read Strong by Elsa Pataki. I randomly just picked this up at Aldi one day in the middle aisle, so I had not planned on reading it. It's mostly a guide to, I guess, health, nutrition, workouts, wellness. There's like heaps of pictures and recipes and different cool things in there as well. One of the big things that I liked about this book is she gives 4 or 5 different workout circuits that are very sort of beginner friendly and easy to complete, and I just think that that's a cool little idea to throw in there, and I have been doing some of them. So I'd probably rate this book a 4 out of 5 because it's the type of thing that I would come back and flick to different segments of it and read it again, particularly those workout circuits or even some of the recipes at the back. Next up, I want to share another 2 books that also were not on my March reading list. I had intentionally curated a light reading list for March because I didn't really think that I would have enough time to read, but honestly, reading just helped me to relax throughout the month. So I ended up picking up One of Us Is Next by Karen M. McManus. It is the sequel to One of Us Is Lying, and I've read that previously, and I actually think that I liked this one better. I rated this one a 4.5 out of 5. I just felt like the pace was really good. I was able to engage with the characters. There were some twists and turns at the end there, and yeah, it just sort of kept me hooked and kept me interested. And then another one that I also liked was The Good Life, How to Grow a Better World by Hannah Maloney. And this one's very much about sustainability and how you can incorporate that into your everyday lifestyle. And particularly if you want to get involved in creating more of a permaculture garden. And it's a lot about sort of gardening how-tos, with heaps of beautiful images in there and a few recipes as well. And yeah, I think that this one was just really inspiring and uplifting. It's certainly something that I will be coming back to again, likewise, and implementing hopefully a lot of this when we build our new home. So I rated this one a 4 out of 5. Then moving on to the 3 books that I actually did select for March. So the first one was Loving Lizzie March by Susanna Hardy. And if I'm going to be completely honest, I didn't like this one too much. I just sort of found the main character really annoying. She just seems like this type of person that couldn't take a hint that a guy didn't like her or that things were going badly at work. She just seemed like super oblivious to the feelings of other people, and that led to her being quite selfish and sort of hurting some of her friends and getting herself into some precarious positions as well. Obviously there is character growth and evolution, and at the end, after, you know, some growing on her part and maturity on her part, I didn't end up minding her, but I also just thought that the writing style of this book was a little bit immature, so I ended up rating this a 3.5 out of 5. Another sustainability focused one, I read How to Live Plastic Free, and it's by the Marine Conservation Society. It's kind of like a day in the life of plastic and how you use it intentionally or unintentionally throughout your day, and it gave you some tips on how to reduce it. This is kind of old, so like a lot of the statistics and things that they're referencing aren't super up to date, and it's also UK based, so not super relevant to my context. So because of that, I didn't find it heaps helpful, and I ended up also rating it a 3.5 out of 5. I have quite literally saved the best for last. The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose is my very first 5 out of 5 book this year. This book was fantastic. It had me hooked from the first pages. So you have Adam, who is a writer, and him and his wife Sarah, a lawyer, own a little lake house where he is having an affair with a waitress. When his mistress shows up brutally murdered in his bed at the lake house, he's immediately arrested. However, his wife decides to come to his defense as his lawyer. Along the way, there are numerous suspects as to who could have actually killed the waitress, including Adam himself. I think at one point I had 6 different suspects on who it could have been. It was changing along the way, and obviously there's twists and turns at the end, but it was seriously gripping, and I actually read this in 24 hours. So my very first 5 out of 5, I'm definitely going to recommend this book to you guys. Now we are moving on to my April reads, and I generally like to have some sort of theme to the books that I pick, and so considering that during April I will have just gotten married and I'm going away on my honeymoon on a cruise, that kind of honeymoon, cruising and vacation vibes is sort of the theme that I'm going for. So my first book is My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey, and it's set in Cape Cod, which, you know, if you know my coastal grandmother vibes, Cape Cod is like the epitome of coastal gran. So having a look at the back, it says it was supposed to be a relaxing vacation in sweet sunny Cape Cod, just me and my beloved brother, but discovering a corpse in our rental house really throws a wrench into our tanning schedule. Now a rude, crude bounty hunter has arrived on the back of his motorcycle to catch the killer and refuses to believe I can be helpful, despite countless hours of true crime podcast listening. Not to mention a fulfilling teaching career of wrangling second graders, a brash bounty hunter and an energetic elementary school teacher. The murder-solving team no one asked for, but thanks to these pesky attempts on my life, we're stuck together come hell or high tide. So we're going with the vacation theme here, and then going kind of with the nautical theme with this one. I'm reading Hook, Line and Sinker, also by Tessa Bailey. And this is the sequel to another one I've read of hers, which is It Happened One Summer, and I read that earlier in the year. We're still at the same location, but we have switched sisters, and instead of being told from Piper Bellinger's perspective, it's being told from her younger sister Hannah, and the love interest is handsome crab fisherman Fox. So very just cutesy, light-hearted romance, perfect for reading while I'm on the cruise. Next up, we are going for the marriage theme, and it's How to Kill Your Husband. Certainly not my personal agenda, but fits the marriage theme. It's by Kathy Lett, and it says on the back that when Jazz Jardine is arrested for the murder of her husband, internationally famous surgeon and humanitarian Dr. David, her best friends Hannah and Cassie set out to prove her innocence. They uncover betrayal, adultery, plot twists, and toy boys aplenty en route, and ever darker revelations threatened their friendship. So kind of that crime, twists and turns, suspenseful kind of novel that you know I love to throw in there amongst my rom-coms of sorts. And then also on my nautical theme, I've got A Summer at Sea, Can a Holiday Romance Become Happily Ever After by Katie Fjord. and this was one of the ones that I picked up while thrifting, and so was this one. So I'm keen to give this one a try. On board a puffer steamboat on the Western Isles of Scotland, Emily is spending an idyllic summer at sea, but it's only for a summer, and Emily knows that soon she must return to her single life and her career as a town midwife. But she is not counted on the new friends she is making, or the fun she is having, or the attraction she's starting to feel for Alistair, the handsome local doctor. So same deal, very just a light-hearted romance. And then to top it all off, I've got Grace Laced, Discovering Timeless Truths Through Seasons of the Heart by Ruth Chow Simmons. And this is my Christian read of the month. I cannot tell you how long I've been sitting here filming this reading segment because I just kept on fumbling over my words and having to restart things, and I am absolutely sweltering in this sunny hot box of a room. So we're gonna move out to the living room where we will be talking my laptop background slash vision board for April. So here is a reminder of my March background, vision board and goals, and I've been super successful in achieving my important to-dos. So Dave has bought the wood to finalize the arbor, the florist is done, the grazing board is done, my year 9 and 10 and marking is almost finalized, just waiting on a few more things, and I've also prepped my work for weeks 10 and 11 while I'm away. I am currently batch filming content for the end of March and start of April, e.g. the video you're watching right now, and have been chipping away at filming over the last week. And as you can see, I've got all my wedding inspo pictures on that one. And now here is my updated one for April. So over in the important section, I've got a few appointments that I need to make at both the dentist and the mechanic. I also have some important school things to ensure they are done before I return to school in term 2, such as my year 12 reports and my year 11 and 12 marking of assessment tasks, which I'll be doing over the school holidays. And I'd also like to finally save some money this month. So I'm challenging myself to save $1,000. And then I switched up my pictures. As you can see, I'm definitely still going for my coastal grand vibes, but incorporating a few more sort of autumnal colors, oranges, browns, sandy colors. So I've got a beach shot here with some pumpkins, a girl in a cozy blue cable knit sweater, and then another beach shot with some autumnal type foliage. And then over in my autumn vibes section, I've got words that I want to describe mostly my school holidays. So some cozy days, hopefully some baking, chilly weather so I can switch over my wardrobe, walks on the beach, cups of warm coffee, exploring local places, reading outside, all nice and rugged up, and watching some romantic movies on Netflix. Mackie! Mac! Alright, I'm just going to nip over to the grocery store. I've got to go to Woolworths and Aldi's and the chemist and the little beautician over there. So I've got a few things to tick off my to-do list and get petrol on the way home as well, actually. I just got back but need to pop all of the groceries away. While I was out, I not only picked up some groceries, I also grabbed a birthday present for a friend, got myself some petrol and also an afternoon cuppa, which was absolutely essential considering how tired I am. Here is my Aldi's middle aisle find of the week. I picked up 4 of these mugs. They were in a pack of 2 for $5, so $2.50 each. We have a tendency to run out of mugs because I am a big coffee and tea fan, and so I definitely needed some of these to stock up our mug supply. I also grabbed a few makeup items from Raw Beauty. So I got this lipstick. It is the Angelic Almond, so a very neutral colored lipstick. And then I also grabbed a lip liner, and this is the color. It is Chickpea, and it has avocado oil and sweet almond oil in it. And then I grabbed this brow pencil, and it is Cocoa Brown, and it has like a little buffer on the tip there. I've not tried their lip pencil or their eyebrow pencil before, so I'm keen to give those a try, and I do very much like their lipstick. I have a very limited makeup supply, but as you can see, with the exception of this BB cream and this eyebrow mascara, everything else that I have is all from Raw Beauty. They're an Australian all-natural makeup brand, and I was influenced many years ago to start buying them by YouTuber Georgie Stevenson. I'm gonna sit down and drink my cuppa and check out the Aldi catalogue and just have a bit more of a relaxing arvo after a very busy day. I still have lots on my to-do list, both loads of washing to get off the line. I need to take the boy for a walk at some point and start getting on to dinner. But thank you guys so much for joining me on my April reset routine. I hope you enjoyed and that it motivated and inspired you to be productive and get organized in your own life. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I put out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. With that being said, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.